Well, after 3 cup matches, Manchester United finally returns to the Barclays Premier League. Today there is St James's Park against Newcastle United, coming off the convincing aggregate win of 6-2 from Swansea City in the Capital One Cup to put their ticket to the final. Well, they'll face Arsenal. But they've lost some ground in the Barclays Premier League. Liverpool now lead the table by 3 points from Manchester City. Manchester United, the result with their extended cup runs, jumped to 4th. But they have 2 games in hand over Liverpool because of those runs. So even though they're only down to 4th, it's still plenty of time to claw their way back up. But the last Premier League encounter was against Liverpool, but they lost 3-2. Steve McLaren has put Tim Krul in goal today, along with Yamat, Mbella, Colosini and Colback. Defence, Anita, Traoré. Gabriel Overton returns to face his old club. Gouffron, Whitlam and Mirotic up front. Gabriel Overton returns to face Manchester United, but that was probably a long time. Never mind. David De Gea is in goal for United, with Darmian, Liam Grimshaw, Tierney for Danny Rose, Ben Pearson, Michael Carrick, Valencia, Pierre Young the midfield with Martial up front. Joe Rodwell makes the bench. Wayne Rooney makes the bench on his return from injury. Manchester United, the best defensive team in the league, probably mostly due to David De Gea, as we keep mentioning. But very surprised inclusions from Louis van Gaal today. And obviously the condensed schedule hasn't helped matters. So Ben Pearson and Liam Grimshaw make their senior club debuts, and Joe Rothwell makes the bench. Interesting. Well, what a big day for Grimshaw and Pearson this is going to be, facing Newcastle United, and Newcastle United aren't no slouches either, so this should be interesting. And Newcastle immediately going forward with Anita, but David De Gea is equal to it. He's Young to Rose. Wayne Rooney will probably come on and make an appearance later. He's just come off injury, so Louis van Gaal doesn't really want to risk him yet. Danny Rose. Picks out Carrick. And Yamat will clear it, but Manchester United throw it. Rose will cut in. Danny Rose, and saved by Tim Krul. Danny Rose scored in the Capital One Cup against Port Vale, and was close to bagging a second there. It'll be his first ever Premier League goal. Ashley Young takes the free kick. It's out to Michael Carrick, I think. Colback will clear it. Just about. Manchester United need to win. It's as simple as that. They need to win now. They're losing ground on the top 4, but they need to make the games in hand they'll have count, which will probably be even more games in hand to reschedules, thanks to their extended cup runs. So Manchester United reaching a cup final for the first time in many a year since they faced Barcelona in the Champions League final under Sir Alex Ferguson many years ago. And Mirotic actually goes over the bar and way wide as well. Headed up by Martial. Intercepted by Liam Grimshaw, his first touches as a Manchester United senior player. Valencia. Grimshaw. Darmian, and here's Ben Pearson. And Ben Pearson almost slips, but he keeps it. What's Ben Pearson up to here? Ben Pearson's in the box! And Ben Pearson, wow. Who knew? Ben Pearson here had a chance, didn't he? And that would have been a dream debut for Ben Pearson. Grimshaw and Pearson are back on the loan lists, however, but there is only 1 day left in the transfer window. So it looks like they'll be staying put. So Louis van Gaal has decided to give them some game time. There's Danny Rose. And Rose has got a lot of space, and he's going to give that straight to Tim Krul, unfortunately. Overton. By former teammate Ashley Young. Free kick to Newcastle. Next to them will be here at St James's Park. So it's West Bromwich Albion. Just a free kick. Either way by Grimshaw, I think it was. Gabriel Overton. Shoots. What a moment that would have been against his former club. Very underappreciated, Gabriel Overton. But he didn't really set the world alight either. Going to Sir Alex Ferguson. You're good, or you're out. And Gabriel Overton was unfortunately a victim of that. With 20 plus years of experience, you know Sir Alex Ferguson will know what he's doing and what he's talking about. And if you weren't good enough, you were out. It certainly wasn't the case with the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, but, you know. And Pearson gave it away there. Williamson with the shot which goes out for a goal kick. For Manchester United, they will go back to Stamford Bridge to face Chelsea once again. Now, that's come rather soon, to be fair. All the rescheduling, thanks to Manchester United's cup runs, has forced that. Chelsea and Manchester United faced very recently, in which Chelsea were thumped by 5-0. And we surely will not want that happening again. Especially considering the fact that Manchester United are now behind them. Chelsea have actually caught up and overtaken them with the league. And as we said, Manchester United have 1 to 2 games in hand over the teams in front of them. This was the attempt by Gabriel Overton. Dean Grimshaw put him under good pressure there. How close was Ben Pearson to getting his first senior goal for the club? Here he is again. I think that's one thing Louis van Gaal needs to be really credited for. He's really believed in Manchester United's belief to play youngsters. And it's certainly working wonders for him. Ben Pearson almost getting a goal himself. Let's go from. And Anthony Martial has also benefited in a huge way of that philosophy. That's one philosophy created by Manchester United rather than Van Gaal himself, of course. But they really do believe in playing youngsters when they get the chance. And it's been working, certainly for them. And Ben Pearson almost benefited. Carrick, wonderful play there. Danny Rose passes to Young. Young turns out his defender. Young with the cross. And as we said, the condensed schedule hasn't helped matters for Manchester United. They've had 3 consecutive cup games in the past week. Why not give the youngsters a go? And obviously, in defence, it's Phil Jones on the injury list. Along with Fellaini. And Rooney just recovering from one. Here's Anita. Good front. Or Overton, rather. Terry Tiote. Overton. Another handball given against think it was Young. Danny Rose picks it up. Martial. Piera. And Martial will shoot, and Krul has to save it. And it's a good save by Tim Krul. Very good save. We felt he overreacted a little bit, but you never know. It's much easier up here than it is down on the pitch. And with the corner. I think that might have been Grimshaw with a header. And it was too. Oh, someone's lost the ball there. Down mid. Down to Antina. William to Tiote again. Tom finds Antina. Back to Overton. Into the box. David De Gea. Easy gather for him. Here to Carrick. Carrick. That's a pass. Young is going to get there, you know. Young's going to get pushed. He's going to never mind it. Good save by Tim Krul. Corsini clears it. Ashley Young got pushed and the linesman was signalling for a foul, but advantage was gained. Darmian with the cross. Ashley Young with the header. And I think the referee's giving a free kick to Newcastle. Go back. And Tina. And tackled by Young. And Tina goes back for it. Tinyednev is also a youngster. From Bayer Leverkusen. Very versatile. He's too. Plays both fullback and centre back positions, Tinyednev. And he hasn't really featured much, but in what he has, he's done really well. Here's Darmian. Stoke City have conceded against Arsenal. Thomas Rosicky has scored. And Arsenal had the lead as their revival continues. Young with the corner. Grimshaw again. Now Newcastle here with Overton. And the break is broken down as the cover from Danny Rose was too much for Overton to deal with. Could have run it in there. There's the support. Here's Tiote for Newcastle. Played by Danny Rose. It's simple for him. And Rose makes Overton look a bit of a fool there. And Piera is in a tussle, but it's a Newcastle free kick. And Pearson wearing number 15, which is unique for a midfielder. And Mirotic, or Mitovic, I think his name is. Oh, it's a corner. It came off Yednev apparently. Nice chance of the half perhaps for Newcastle. Here with the corner. And away by Ben Pearson, I think. Who's gone down. He's back up. And is that Liam Grimshaw with the most unbelievable pass? Martial reaches it. Martial, not a lot he could do. He probably couldn't have waited for support either. And it was the only thing he could do. Try a shot and try and force the keeper into save, but unfortunately it went wide. Anthony Martial, what a player he's become. In such a short space of time, he's scored so many goals already. Here's Overton. Nisa. And Buffon is tackled by Grimshaw. And it'll be a Newcastle corner. Here's a shot from Martial from earlier. I don't think there was much else he could have done there. He's with Carrick. He's lost it to Corsini. Pearson lost it, but goes to get it back again. There's Anita. And straight into the hands of David De Gea. Pierre's touches the last one of the half, and very condensed first half. A few chances either end, but not much to speak of in the first half. But Liam Grimshaw and Ben Pearson have done particularly well on the United side of things. Ben Pearson almost got a goal. Sadly though, it wasn't to be. Newcastle 0, Manchester United 0. It's not the ideal result for United, however. In the second half, it's James's Park. It's a pretty subdued 0-0 scoreline. Not much to speak of in the first half. We are underway in the second. Manchester United giving debuts to Liam Grimshaw and Ben Pearson this afternoon. And Ben Pearson almost had a dream goal for him. It's a great swerve by Andreas Pereira, who's really impressed this season. And here he is with a save by Tim Krul. And Colback clear it away. Yeah, man. Now here's Oberton. And again, a bicycle kick from Mitrovic. And it was almost spectacular. And oh, that is absolutely amazing. And Mitrovic almost got a spectacular goal. What a goal that would have been. And sadly, it's just gone just over. And ball comes out. That one. Oh, headed on to Williamson. Who's lost Danny Rose. And Newcastle starting the brighter in this first half. The Newcastle captain fires wide. There's Valencia. Vieira. Here's Oberton. Pursued by Pearson, I think. Oh, David De Gea. He gets the ball. Newcastle turn it back in. And Rose keeps the ball in play and gets his ball to his teammate, Ashley Young. Vieira. Martial. Who's that making a run up there? Might have been Carrick. I think he was trying to pick him out. On to Colback. Then to Anita. Wyndham. Anita again. To Gamet. And that might be for a Newcastle corner. I don't think so. In any case, Steve McLaren is going to roll the dice and bring on Papi Cisse for Mitrovic, who almost scored that spectacular overhead kick. Sadly, it wasn't to be. And Papi Cisse will replace him in a substitution here. Vieira. Oh, and De Gea puts it into his arms there. is Ben Pearson of all people. Ben Pearson, not a bad pass either. Here's over top. Wigan Hall is really choosing not to go with huge names to rebuild Manchester United. He's looking to the academy players. And he fires over the bar. Of course, the big players, as Angel Di Maria, that situation will tell you, maybe big names don't work. Although, in Bastian Schweinsteiger's case, it most certainly has. David Gea has become a big player all by himself. A huge one, in fact. Back to Young. Momentarily loses it. Pearson to Valencia. Well, Pearson and Grimshaw have been solid so far, if not spectacular. That's all you need from youngsters such as them. Piera to Tiote. Piera thinks he was fouled by Overton. Carrick deals with him. Valencia's going to get that. Going to whip it in. And cleared away. So Manchester United probably look the most likely to score. Oh, he really struggled to find an open player. He's finally found Ben Pearson, who sadly knocks it back out. Ben Pearson looking to atone for his error. He's got that eye on that ball. And he's got that Aaron Edwards look about him too. It's to make up for it. And here he is. Good chest out. Oh, Ben Pearson in some space. Surely not. And Tim Krul denies him again. Well, Pearson is certainly looking impressive right now. There's almost another goal for a goal for him again. And Valencia, I don't think that was the most intended target, but play goes on. Didn't look like he was ready to throw the ball, but gets another crack at it anyway. Going out to Pearson again. Carrick. Martial. Martial in and out. Goal for Martial. It's 1-0. And that's exactly what Manchester United need. They need 3 points today. It's crucial to try and keep with the leaders, Liverpool. They have 2 games in hand over them, of course. Martial, once again. And he just cannot stop scoring. And Anthony Martial, well, he's become a star, hasn't he? In such a short space of time. Martial has put his name on everyone's lips for the right reasons. 3 goals in the Barclays Premier League. But Martial has just contributed a new lease of life more than anything else. Don't forget, he did get that hat-trick against PSV in the 5-0 thumping as well. So Martial is given everything in such a short space of time. And now, he really is being talked about in a more positive light, and so he should be. Waste of money, it's really ridiculous, really. Especially when you've been Manchester United's main man. Arsenal Stoke City, it's a classic. Danny Welbeck has made it 2-2 now. And Arsenal having a battle for Britannia. And Danny Welbeck, speaking of Manchester United, is the one that's made it 2-2. It's a battle going on. And he rose to Young. And Wayne Rooney and Joe Rothwell appear to be warming up. Piera. And that will be Piera's last action of the game as he comes off for Wayne Rooney. Will probably play behind Martial. And another debut to another youngster. Here comes Joe Rothwell coming on for Michael Carrick. Interesting. Louis van Gaal is certainly putting some faith in these youngsters. And Joe Rothwell is now the latest. He gets a debut today. Let's see how he goes. Pearson's almost scored twice. And Grimshaw's done really well in defence. Steve McLaren is going to bring on Emmanuel Riviere for Viorin Anita. So add a bit of stoppage time to the end of the match. So Wayne Rooney, after 2 months out, is finally back in a Manchester United shirt. Delaney and Jones are still sidelined, however. To Colback. Hamilton again. It's Tiote. Riviere. Was that handball by Grimshaw? Referee says no. I don't think it was either. We've had so many handball calls in the last few games. And headed away by Grimshaw, and Rothwell clears it. Clears it to a teammate, but unfortunately Martial couldn't bring it down quick enough. Here's Overton. And then again. Colback. All of a sudden, Newcastle have sparked to life here. Remember, headed away by Yednev. And a shot by Tiote. That's way over the bar. And infringement against I guess it's Tiote on the ball, although. Oh, it's an infringement against Yednev, and it's a Newcastle free kick. Well, this is certainly unbelievable. Well, referee's decision, the wall is ready. This is going to be Wayne Rooney's first duty. He's going to get into the wall here. As the referee puts the spray on, and we are ready. And I'm not sure who it is, but here he comes. And it's just wide. David De Gea didn't move. I think it was Linden who took it. It wasn't a bad one either. Just wide. There's Riviere. Newcastle definitely look the more likely to score now. And leave with a header away. Not the best touch by Rothwell, but he's made up for it. No support for Rothwell though. But he's found Valencia anyway. Rothwell's actually kept running. Joe Rothwell of all people. If he got through there, the youngster could have got his first Manchester United goal instead. And Pearson's had a couple of chances himself. Here's Buffon. He's got the ball off Valencia, pulls it back, and it's way over the bar again. From one of them. 2 minutes plus stoppage time. Newcastle is certainly the most likely to score. Neve. I'm sure to Pearson. Pearson's lost it. Tiote to Cisse. Overton. Willendam again, and he's put it over again. Willendam is really wasting his chances here. Newcastle can't afford to do that. We enter stoppage time. David De Gea takes the goal kick. And the added time is 3 minutes. Great tackle from Rothwell. And he's kept the ball too. Joe Rothwell gets past one. It's past two. Joe Rothwell. The youngsters are really up for this. Manchester United, I've been really impressed with Pearson, Grimshaw and Rothwell today. They've played rather well, if not spectacular. It's Martial, they get the credit for the goal. And give United all 3 points. Rothwell went straight back to get the ball. Damian Guthron right on top of him. Shaw. Good clearance. Reaches Wayne Rooney, who I believe gets his first touches on the ball today. Is Martial going to get there? Yes, he is, but time has run out. And Martial got there. But time is up. But Manchester United get the 3 points today. It's James's Park, a vital win considering their current position. Ben Pearson, Liam Gritsaw, Joe Rothwell really doing their parts today. Solid if not spectacular. But they certainly proved their worth today. 3 possible players to go out on loan. Transfer deadline day is tomorrow. So no new signings for Manchester United, but no one has left either. So they'll take that. And they'll also take the 3 points they earned today. But with plenty of games in hand over the teams above them, it doesn't look, it's not a disaster. It just looks it. But 3 points have certainly helped them today. Newcastle United 0, Manchester United 1. The other game coinciding with that, the absolute classic at Fort Britannia ended 2-2 between Stoke City and Arsenal. So the league table now looking like this. Liverpool still have their 3-point lead over Manchester United, but Manchester United and Manchester City both have a game in hand, as do Chelsea and Arsenal over them. Arsenal still 5th and a bit more losing ground to Chelsea in 4th, but Chelsea's slump should help. If Manchester United can beat Chelsea again in the next fixture, that might help them a little bit. Manchester United and Manchester City on equal points, but United ahead on goal difference. Aston Villa have come from absolutely nowhere under their new manager and move up to 6th. Bournemouth move up to 12th, and the relegation zone has had to change. Watford have gone out of it, putting West Ham in with Swansea and Norwich.